hopefully if one or both of them are... Sorry, is there only one there now?
No, actually you believe there's a second one, but nobody can actually see it.
Oh, okay.
Shadows indicate...
The shadows indicate that there's two.
There's two there, and there's another one lapping at the altar water there.
Maybe.
So his back is to us.
Possibly.
So could the thief go in and take care of?
I've got to go into a corridor with two hyenas.
No. There's one in there, and its back is to you. And I'm just wondering if...
Well, there's something in there.
We don't know what it is.
Could be anything. Could be a pussycat.
You want to take a chance and try to peer through the curtain?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have a go.
All right. When you do, yes, you see that there is another one with a big bow over his back, and he's got his head down in the font and is just drinking out of it.
You do that well.
And there's water sort of tumbling into the font as well. But yeah, he seems to be completely consumed.
Indicate that to us in some fashion.
Yeah, I look to them and say...
Give them the signal.
And I go like that.
Three? You want...
There's a third one in there. But
you want 3 coffees?
I still wonder whether it's... I still wonder, these two are enjoying themselves, making a lot of noise. This one is drinking. I just think this one, if we took care of him now...
But you won't be able to get him silently.
I won't, but
I might be able to.
Steve might be able to.
We still have to do it. Well, I can't. If you want to change your plan.
I don't know.
Poised.
It depends. Can the thief do? Can the thief make an instant kill if she's not?
There are creatures in the game which are called minions, which only have 1 hit point. They essentially take 1 hit and they drop. The good news is this guy is a minion. So she could take him out with 1 hit.
Right.
You'd have to do it. It would all have to be simultaneous, though, wouldn't it?
Well, if I crept very, very quietly, if you two kept on the rope trick, just in case these guys tumbling out, and then I crept past you, and then still trying, hopefully, being very quiet, just snuck up on him, and then maybe...
And then as soon as you kill him, I'll make that signal
and then we'll go
to get to the rest of the plan going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we affect that.
Okay. Make a stealth check, halfling rogue. Oops, cock die.
Stealth is 19.
All right, you are very, very quiet. You can even move through the curtain if you wanted to. What you see on the other side is there is this bronze font set into an alcove across the way. The creature is got his face in the font, so he's not looking at you. You see that there are 4 center tiles that have actually been sculpted and they have runes engraved upon them. But otherwise they look like the rest of the floor. And the walls, very much like all of the walls you've seen, are carved to look like vines, but there's nobody else in the room. This is just a curtain, so you can obviously hear those guys just as easily through that curtain. And you want to sneak up behind him, is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Avoiding the runes, or?
Avoiding the runes.
Okay. So you want to come around this way?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, make an attack.
Is this going to then instigate everything else?
If this is successful, I will signal for you to do the spell.
Yeah. So this is basically the surprise action you get to do. So you get to make an attack before anybody else gets to do anything. I would suggest that you could probably, because it's a minion, take him out with a basic attack, which is sort of in the middle of your character sheet. That's it there. Yeah. You do have an ability as a rogue called Backstab.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah.
Because I am behind him.
Yeah. You also have something that's not on a card. It's called Sneak Attack, but it's a situational thing. In order to have Sneak Attack, to be able to get your extra damage, you have to have what's called Combat Advantage. And there are several ways to gain Combat Advantage. You can be flanking with an ally to gain Combat Advantage. You also have Combat Advantage if your enemy is not aware of you, which is true in this case. But you don't have to worry too much about that right now because that's extra damage, and because this guy's a minion, damage is sort of irrelevant. Okay. All you really have to worry about is hitting him.
So for a sneak attack,
Yeah.
it would just be a basic attack, and then if the circumstances are right, I can
You get the
roll
extra
that.
2d6 for damage.
But
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah.
just a normal attack so
Yeah.
far. Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right, let's see what happens.
9, 8, 17.
17 is enough.
Yay.
You stick this guy in the back, he goes, "Ah!" and falls over dead. Now I have to make a roll. Okay, you immediately get the sense that these guys think something might be wrong. So at this point in time, I'd like everybody to roll initiative. Your initiative is at the top of your sheet in the middle. You roll a d20 and add the bonus to that.
Oh, yeah.
It's +2. So we got an 11 for Terry.
Not so good.
How did Anvar do?
Ooh,
Yeah.
5.
I got a 3 here.
Okay.
Plus
and
1.
Oh,
4.
sorry, I thought you were...
Leaf,
18.
well done. Tac.
17.
17. And Hill,
11.
11. All right. Well, Leaf got the highest roll. There are two ways we can do this. I think it might actually be easier if we start with the highest initiative and just go clockwise. Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
All right. That will sort of speed things up. So, Leaf, you're technically the first to act. Obviously,
So as soon as I get the signal,
okay.
I create an image of a unarmored elf.
Okay.
with immaculate dressing and so on.
And you
Looks
have him
great.
appear
And it
somewhere down at the
appears-
end of the
sort
hall.
of appears about there.
Can you make him screech or something?
Yeah, it's going to appear and says, and the elf appears and says in a high-pitched, squeaky voice, "Hey, ugly!" and then just jumps behind the wall.
Splendid. All right. It is perfect. It appears and then deeks behind a wall. And that's a standard action for you.
Yep.
You technically have a move action and a minor, but I don't know what you'd want to do with it
Oh,
at this point.
I don't think there's much I can do.
I think you probably want to stay behind the curtain. Then, Tac.
I could either leg it behind the curtain, or I could... Is it possible, without crossing the rooms, to sort of hide behind the body of the... just in case they do pop into the curtain? I suppose I have to climb over it slightly.
That's not a problem.
Is it big enough to hide me if I sort of duck
You
down?
are pretty small, and it's a
Probably
good
make
size.
it to that as well.
You totally could if you wanted to. You could even sort of kind of pull it up a little bit, roll yourself under it.
Could you move back into the drinking position? Would that look realistic?
So they
Prop it up with its face in the font.
Could you lift it?
You know, you can absolutely try to pull that off if you wanted to. Make it look like he died drinking a...
I think the panic is set. I'm going to hide behind the dead corpse.
Okay. In that case, make another stealth check for me.
Dear. 27, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So
You bury yourself underneath that corpse. Splendid. You could also do something like take a readied action, like if one of them came up close to you, that you could like stab from hiding, or something like that.
Is it... I suppose just get my dagger out and just prepare.
Okay. That seems prudent.